Number one off the bat is any porta potty. That has to be.
That's the player.
That has to be number one. It's not about the porta potty. It's more the thought that, hey, if someone really wants to be an asshole right now,
they could tip you.
They could push this thing over, and it would get real shitty.
Or if you're on Jackass, they could tie it to a bungee and shoot it up into the air.
Yeah, exactly. There's just a lot of things that can go wrong with shitting in a porta potty. So that's my number one pick.
Yeah, I always think wonder what's down there. Like, is there anything alive down there? It's kind of too far to see.
Does the location of the porta potty matter to you? Because there's like certain places where a porta potty is better than other porta potties.
Listen, in the VIP area of a music festival, the porta potties in 2022 are pristine. You could eat off the urinals, man. It's just, I mean, they're like stage coaches.
I'll never forget being at Foxfield the one time I went and watching people run and race across the top of the porta potties and thinking this is why you're waiting in line. And people throwing full beers at these people running across like it was like a game. Yeah. But all I'm thinking about is I'm waiting on this line, and what if I'm pissing and someone falls through the roof of this porta potty while they're running across?
Then you're both going down.
Oh my goodness. It would be fucking terrible.
Yeah, you'd end up in China.
A shitty situation, man.
Yes. Very shitty.
That's good. With the number 2 pick.
With the number 2 pick, I'm going to go with airplanes or buses. God.
Oh, well, wait.
You got to pick one, Kyle.
Pick one.
Oh, I'm going to go airplanes because I travel more on airplanes, and especially when you're with Gen Pop, when you're not traveling with other football players, like there's no chance that you're going to find me trying to use a number 2. If there was an emergency on a plane, I don't know what would happen, man, because I could barely stand up in that thing. I would imagine sitting would be more comfortable, but I don't know if shitting would be more comfortable.
I've shit on a commercial airline, I think maybe like 7 times in one flight. And it wasn't, it was international though. It was international. Oh. This is like, we're going to be here for like half a day. And most people have like the Hudson News bubble guts, you know? I wouldn't say 7 times, but at least 3.
Wow.
Once you do it, it's not that scary. All these years, you look at that thing, you're like, man, I can't believe that guy really just went up there and blew it up. That just means if you haven't shit on an airplane, you just didn't have to shit bad enough. That's all.
I think I agree with you, Chris.
Yeah. If you got to poop worse, you'll poop.
It's kind of like a big guy problem too, right? Like I could take a shit on an airplane. It's not that hard.
It is a big guy problem, but it is funny when you walk up and like it's occupied, and then next thing you know, you like wonder who's going to come out. They've been there a while, and it's like a dainty 30-year-old woman, and it just smells like death in there, dude. And she locks eyes with you, and you're like, I'm not judging.
Baby formula shit.
Yeah, I'm like, look at me, dude. I'm gonna leave it worse than I found it. Okay, sporting event, dude. Sporting event is the worst place to take a shit. It's all dudes. They're all angry. They're all drunk.
Piss everywhere.
There's piss everywhere. These sports fans, they piss everywhere. They pull their pants down, they whip their dicks out, and they just spin around in circles. That's what even at Soldier Field, Kyle, is probably disgusting. Actually, I know it's disgusting. That was my first pro game. Yeah, it's the worst place to take it.
I still haven't seen a game there, in the stands.
Yeah, well, it wasn't great, Kyle, not at the porta potties. Another thing is everybody decides to go at the same time. Like nobody's like, maybe I'll go during the commercial break in the third quarter. Nope. Halftime.
I think your pants are a bad place to take a shit.
Oof.
I've done it a couple times. Your pants aren't a good place.
Yeah,
why are you admitting that?
That's a great pick.
Hey, sometimes it happens, man.
No, it doesn't.
Hasn't happened recently, but sometimes it happens.
Like you sharted, or like you just shit in your pants?
Oh,
It meets the criteria. Worst place to take a shit. Like,
it's not the greatest. Then you have to think of how to clean it up.
Can I side with facts here?
You're wearing a diaper? Do you have Depends on?
Okay, everyone went to the bathroom in your pants when you were like 5 years old.
He can't shit himself now today? What a day, man. Reed can't shit himself.
Mm-mm.
What a day.
Mm-mm.
We need to get Dr. Drew in this motherfucker.
Yikes.
Hold on a second. Hey, the only issue I have with it, the draft is where to take a shit or the worst place to have to take a shit.
Worst places to have to take a shit.
In your pants, yeah,
Which
I guess.
Theory,
yeah,
you could be stuck
Reed,
in
I'm with you. I'm getting there.
Like.
I'm there, Reed. Okay.
It's not great when it's
You
coming.
might win the draft, dude. It might be over.
Wouldn't in your shorts be worse than in your pants?
No, you don't want a turd on the side of your calf for an hour. You need that.
So what kind of turd is sticking on the calf?
Well, my calves
In
are
your
pretty. You
pants.
know how that is. If you're wearing like some tight khakis and you shake your pants, imagine
so
for a second going
like
to
a girl
Kyle,
where they say you could rest a drink on that ass, you can rest a shit on that calf.
Yeah, same with you. You know how that is. But like, imagine you're actually wearing some pants that aren't like cargo, and there's a semi-solid turd coming. I'd rather just fall out and I could like change locations. Say, whose turd was that over there? Not mine.
Or just tape the bottom of your pants, and so that it doesn't leak out, and you deal with it later.
A girl I went to school with.
And tighten your belt, and then put tape like around the bottom of your pants, and you're good to go till you get home.
You're doing like a surgery on this leg.
I mean, you got to trap the smell. It's more the smell.
I can't believe that we're devising strategies. This is where I took us, but
it would never be.
There was
me,
a
though.
gal, Chris, that I went to middle school with. Me and Grant Houchins had gym's class with her, and she wouldn't change into gym shorts for class for whatever reason. And she had capris on with the cuffed bottoms, like the scrunchy bottoms, like Nate's talking about.
Yeah.
And we caught her shaking a shit out of her leg around behind like the volleyball nets. And there was like a whole log that rolled out of her capris. It was crazy. And then she just went right back out and served a volleyball or something.
Yikes.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That might be one of the best places to shit because you could just dispose of it.
That's
wherever.
not true. That's
because you don't want to get caught either. Like you caught her, right?
Yeah, Kyle.
I feel like it's easy to get caught.
Kyle, what if you guys were meant for each other and that happened? How do you rationalize that? You're in love with a girl that
she's a 10, but she poops out of her pants.
Okay, so my next pick, probably when you're a kid in elementary or now like elementary or high school bathroom. Just because cell phones
people.
And it's just like it now, like I just like have that fear of your friends just reaching their phone over like and taking a picture like, look, he's taking a shit at school. Like I don't know why I have to really like almost, oh my God, I'm gonna shit in my pants to like shit somewhere that like I'm not like comfortable, or if it's someone's home, like nice, like house.
Well, don't give up the big board.
Back to Chris's point, these are all places that you would only shit if you have to shit.
Yeah, dude, these are yeah. Okay,
so with my second pick, I'm going outer space.
And you know what, Kyle? It's
an unpredictable shit.
It's a great pick, man, because you're eating space food. We had I'll give up the cookies. I don't know if this is before or after you heard the pod, but Leland Melvin, who's an astronaut on the pod. So, and he talked about the fact that you'll take a dump and it'll just float up by you. Like, and like if you take a long shit, it like takes a while to get past your face and it goes up towards the ceiling. Yeah. So yeah, terrible.
Wow.
I'll go presidential debate. Think about that, dude. You've been working your whole life to become president. You get up to the podium and you're talking about fucking I don't know, like gerrymandering, and it just you just feel the like that water bubbler down there, and you just know you got to shit, and there's 37 minutes left in the debate. Free world's watching, dude. But you probably could shit on the stage at a presidential debate and win the debate. In my opinion, they're just so bad. In actuality, being forced to shit on the stage could backfire. Or, the other way around. You actually could end up the president.
We've seen, the irony is we've seen a lot of shit fall out of presidential candidates' mouths.
Yes, dude.
It's sure.
No, but people would be like,
he's human. He's human.
I think it's going to be more. You're like, oh fuck, I got to shit. I can't get to the bathroom. Like gun reform, poop everywhere. And then next thing you know, people are like,
yes. Thank you for the show.
There's a slow clap, and people are like, "Yo, he really that was symbolic." He's saying the debate,
art.
Yeah, that the debates have gone so south.
You should be a writer for South Park. This is like a South Park skit.
Yeah, dude, I've dreamed of that.
There was that one episode where they switched Kyle's brother's pills and Tom Brady's pills. So Tom Brady got they're the pills that made him go to the bathroom. So he's like, hut, and then he just kept shitting himself. Hut.
See, don't give up the board. You're taking my pick.
I love when South Park does football.
Chad Henne would do that during walkthroughs. He'd go, hot.
I would imagine prison would be a bad place to take a shit. I've never done it, but I would imagine that would be a tough place. I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I might just hold it.
Might be hard to hold it.
Right, it might be really hard to hold.
From the sex. Butt sex, Reed. Yeah. You think this job is bad, Reed? Go to prison.
Yeah. I'm going with on a fishing boat.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's a really good one.
I'm unsure if fishing boats have bathrooms. I'm sure they do.
I
but
think
if they do, they're
might,
really
it's probably
small.
hard to
No, they
squat down there and.
Most do not, unless you're on a really, really fancy one.
So, yeah. I would think that having to take a shit like on one of those boats that are really moving, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's probably
that wouldn't be fun.
A lot of backsplash.
That's the real issue is thinking about that. Like, hey, if this boat tips to the left and I already dropped,
You have a
one
big
in there,
fear of being submerged in your own poop.
I just don't want to like
Porta potties, fishing boats. You know, it's like you don't like pooping unstable places.
Yeah.
What happened?
Not at all.
You know,
It's just like shit is dirty.
shit is dirty.
For my third pick, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's funny because they say when nature calls.
Yeah.
Oftentimes when you're in nature, there's nowhere that's really normal to poop. So you have to hit the sumo squat.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to put your balls and your dick behind your shorts when you deep squat. So you don't pee. Like you can't just get butt naked. You have to put your pants somewhere.
It's not
you
as
have to
simple.
get your ass. You have to get your rifle facing straight down instead of into your own pants to go back to the pooping in your pants thing. Nature poops are tough, man. And you have to have really good knee and hip flexion.
I got no, but listen, that's where I thrive.
And then where do you wipe? What do you wipe with?
Jungle leaves.
Mm-hmm.
See, like I have done some awful things to remove poop from myself.
No, you have to sacrifice a sock.
Nobody said a date yet. Single people, I imagine that's a really tough thing, man. I imagine that's a tough thing to have to poop. I just feel like that stays on your soul when you take just a nasty shit at a steakhouse. And I feel like you eat your apps. Maybe you've had some drinks. Maybe it's day 3 of a bender and you got that date and it's a Sunday. And you steam up the bathroom at Morton's and then you go back out and you feel like your whole dinner jacket has poop on it. Like it's not enough for me. I'd have to get completely naked and like drape my clothes
You're
somewhere.
Fancy. You're thinking Morton's for a first date? Ooh, wow.
But if you blow up the bathroom on a date, it just stays on you, man. I just feel like it stays on you.
On you and then also in your head.
It's in your head, bro.
Really, really in your head.
Look good, feel
That's
good,
mental
play good.
game.
Yeah.
I think it'd be worse if you were like at your date's house.
Well, now wait a minute. Well, I guess it is my pick.
Yeah.
So it's like the first time at your significant other place.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, that would be.
Was that Dumb and Dumber?
Oh,
No, it wasn't Dumb and Dumber.
why did you bring that up?
Nate doesn't like the movie Dumb and Dumber.
Like, oh my
Nate,
God.
You are a racist.
Good.
Do you think Dumb and Dumber is like one of like the greatest like comedy
It's
movies?
an iconic comedy.
Holy smokes.
How hard did you laugh when they were in the suits and they were sword fighting walking into the dinner?
Listen,
And then he was like, this is a $500 a plate dinner. And he says, put us down for 2 in case we want seconds.
Yo, to be totally honest, like the hardest I laughed in that movie was at like stuff like little stuff like when he looked through the peephole and the guys were there and he's like, yeah, there's 2 people out there. One of them has a gun and he asked, did you pay your gas bill? Like that was funny.
But yeah,
to
but
me.
that's the movie's littered with those
the
little
whole movie.
throwaways, dude.
But like a lot of them, it was just like
Nate just admitted he laughed at the whole movie.
It get like they're stupid, like it's stupid funny, but
Yeah.
like a lot of the parts I feel like everyone says and you guys say it wasn't that funny to me.
He
sorry.
wrote "Dear Gas Man" on the note they left, and the guy was eating antacids. He goes, "How does he know I got gas? These guys are fucking good."
Pills are good. Oh, you see, we're laughing.
Yo, you guys are like hilarious. That hurts your feelings. That I don't think it's that.
Oh, our feelings are not the hurt ones.
I'm gonna bring in some breath spray every time and just point it in the wrong direction.
Banaka.
Nate, you're up.
Oh, okay. Worst place to shit.
Yes.
In the middle of an Olympic swimming race.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Those camera angles under there.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and the stream, and you have to do the flip and come back.
Can you imagine?
But if you can angle it, that could be a nice like diversion. What if it got into the next swimmer's lane?
Yeah.
They do swim really tight to some of these lanes, especially in the backstroke,
Like
because you want to get the.
imagine.
A lot of us played high school sports, Pop Warner football, high school football. We've all gotten ready for a game and know how long it takes to get ready for a game. There's nothing worse than going out for warm-ups, coming back in with your full uniform on, taped up, and you have to shit. And there's always a couple guys before the game that are in there pooping in full pads, and there's nothing funnier than hearing the click clack of cleats on a locker room floor in the bathroom. And I'm like, that guy's in there taking a shit, and he's about to have three
And
sacks.
depending on depending on what type of flooring your bathroom has, if it's that tile,
It's slippery.
yo, trying to wipe with cleats on and football pants at your ankles and knees is very dangerous.
The whole thing's dangerous. The sweaty butt feeling when you go back out there, dude. You're like, your butt's sweating, but you're like, is that something I don't want it to be? You're thinking about that the whole first quarter. My last pick.
Got to be a good one, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a good one. I'll take the last pick of the draft. My team is not ready. We're constipated.
Yeah, you can defer.
All right.
That's allowed.
Okay.
Mine is late night bar, post 12 a.m.
Ooh.
And when there's only there's only one bar, everyone's lining up to pee, and you take a little too long, and everyone knows. You walk out, you talk about a stink on a dinner date.
Yeah.
That everyone knows. You walk out after like 5 minutes, you're like, that dude wouldn't pee in.
That's not good, but at least you have less dignity
Right.
because you're really fucked up.
Chris is still
Can I
thinking.
throw-
I got one. I got an honorable mention one too.
I know where.
Where?
Riding up the St. Louis Arch. Riding up the St. Louis Arch. If you have to shit riding up the St. Louis Arch, like you are in trouble, dude.
How long does it take?
Minutes upon minutes upon minutes, and you're in this tiny car, and there's no windows, and the wheels just turn. You can hear them. You're in this fucking like Chris Angel like kind of claustrophobic deal. It's like really from the 1900s, early 1900s.
No windows.
No windows. Yeah, when you ride up, you're like in the belly of the beast, dude.
After a real good shower, like and being clean, and then like getting out and like all of a sudden like getting the bubble guts is just like fuck.
We just went through this whole thing, right?
Like
It's like
damn
when you
it.
leave the car wash and it rains. It's like, God. Yeah.
That's exactly how.
And then
it
you
is.
got to go back in the shower.
You have to.
And
you don't have to, but it's just like you know you have to.
And you got to clean your ass with a bar of soap.
I'm going to say two quick honorable mentions before we go. These are ones that have happened to me in the middle of a poker tournament because you feel like you have to rush. And if you don't go really fast, you're going to lose all your chips.
Yep.
Terrible spot.
Yep. As all us sharks know.
And then coaching a basketball game, having to shit at halftime is very awkward because all your players are sitting there waiting for you to come talk, and you're just dropping a deuce.
You've had to do that before. You've had to.
I have had to do that. Yeah.
And the kids think you're coming back with some like just amazing movie quality speech, but you're actually just coming out of the shitter. And then they realize it when it hits.
Everybody shits.
A brown wave coming from the bathroom. Everybody shits. Even you at home.